So I'd like to do a little bit of an update on my truck. Since the last video, I think that was last year? I'm not sure, but a few things have happened this past summer and spring. I guess I'll start with the cosmetics. So got tow mirrors. They're from Amazon. They're heated power and then illuminated turn signals. Just a side note, I see a lot of people that put these on these trucks now, but a lot of them are not level. Sun's kind of bad. Maybe I'll just stand over here. But you can see the mirrors are actually parallel to the ground. A lot of people, they're just kind of sticking up a little bit. You can see over here. So, and all I did was, there's a little cover under here. You just pop that off, and there's two screws that hold this post. So you put some washers. I just put, I think, 2 up here or one down here, just kind of level it out a little bit. I think it looks better, and I'm pretty happy. Next step would probably be to paint them. I'm really not a fan of the plastic since I painted my door mirrors. Painted the door mirrors, and then that chrome on the handle, also from Amazon. Fairly happy. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of buying parts from stuff like that, but I've been okay so far. And then OEM mirrors are like, I don't know, $400 or $500 each, so I mean, it's not really worth it in my opinion. And then I changed my cab lights. They're LED now. Probably will not be able to see them since you're against the sun, but I put the LEDs inside the OEM housings. Originally they had clear and I wasn't a fan. And then, LED turn signals. The whole truck is LED except for the daytime running lights, and then the HID with projectors. I've got a video about more of my lights, talking a little bit more about it if you're ever curious. And then I'll open the hood. Internally the engine's the same as before, but now I have headers on. They're Texas Speed and Performance. Stainless steels, long tubes, 2 3/4 primaries. Do a 3-inch collector with DEI titanium wrap. I just got those on last week. Pretty happy so far. About the best bang you can get for your buck. I think the headers were $350 plus $40 in shipping, which is really worth it for stainless steel. They're not ceramic coated, which, you know, I would have liked, and I probably wouldn't have wrapped them, but since they're stainless steel, I hear a lot of people complain about, you know, you wrap them and then they get ruined because stuff, you know, they get water or whatever and they just rot away. But I know stainless steel isn't rust proof, but it should last for what I'm planning on keeping the truck or doing something different. You know, I might be doing something different as far as force induction, or not sure yet. You know, just figure out as I go. So that's that. And then kind of a bad thing that happened. It happened, let's see, end of May. I had the right rear wheel bearing went out, and I thought it was the front. So I changed, you know, messed around with the front a little bit, changed the CV shaft, because I was always getting noise going around left-hand turns. Well, it turns out on my way back from Illinois out here to Iowa, I had it started getting bad going straight, and I was like, oh great, pull over the side of the road. Anyway, wheel bearing was out, and it took the center differential with it. So it took the carrier basically, and the spider gears inside the carrier. And so that was fun. Not cheap. I think it was like $1,500 in parts, because it's, you know, Quadrasteer is not exactly easy to find parts. And then of course, well, the guy, whole nother story, he was trying to call GM for parts. I was like, well, you're not going to get anywhere with that. They stopped making those back in 2005. So anyway, got that figured out. And then of course I got my electric dumps. I had those put in last fall, but they are right before the stock muffler, and then after the headers, no cats. So I'll start the truck up with the valves closed. and you'll see what the stock muffler sounds like with headers and no cats. And then also another interesting issue that just came up. I'm getting some goofy oil pressure. You know, I'm getting, there's no way I have 70 PSI right now. And that drops down, so I've got an issue. I don't think it's a sending unit, because I just changed that. So I'm not worried about it, but it's not something I think that should be ignored. And of course I don't get a low oil pressure signal. It's just the sending unit or something in between. Yeah, well, that's fun. Of course the engine's still figuring out the tuning. It's got, so I have all 4 of the O2 sensors. Luckily I was able to keep them all. So truck should be able to figure itself out. But we'll walk back. Hear what it sounds like. It does not sound bad with the stock muffler. I'm happy because, you know, open headers or a lot of exhaust gets old real fast. And when I want it loud, I can open the valves. And when I want it quiet, which is really about 80% of the time, I can keep them close. But I wired them in here, kind of not the best system yet, but I'll get there. Okay, open them. I guess I gotta open one at a time. So that's one bank, and that's the other bank. About 5 seconds. It's a whole nother beast when it wakes up. I think that's about it. If you want some more videos about this, just let me know. I enjoy making them. Thanks for watching.